Welcome to Six Songs for everybody. Thank you so much for listening. I am Riley,
I am Kiara.
and this is your new favorite music recommendation podcast. Oh my God, here we are once again, me in my own merch.
And me in my hoodies merch. LOL. Stop, because you should sell those shirts.
I've been looking for, if anybody's listening, I'm wearing a shirt that is honestly kind of famous in my wardrobe that is a picture of me as a younger person.
How old
Um,
are you in that picture?
I had to have been in like fifth grade in this picture, and
Because the thing is, hashtag been cute. Like, you're adorable in this
I'm
photo.
hollering, and also these glasses are fake. I was
Wait.
fully a stunt queen in fifth grade. Like I was like, no, ma'am, I'm wearing these glasses because they're cute.
I
Turns
actually
out,
never clocked that.
you
You've
know.
never worn glasses ever. That
Well,
is
no,
so
I do wear
funny.
glasses. I'm supposed to wear glasses.
Oh,
Girl,
wait.
I was
Yes, you
wearing glass.
do.
I danced my glasses off on the dance floor at Basement when I was
Right.
in New York. Was that Basement? No.
Right.
Well,
No, we didn't make it
nowadays
into basement.
was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That
Duh,
so
you do wear glasses. Yeah.
yeah. So if
Okay.
you saw some glasses, they're definitely mine. I said I'm not about to be that nerd that's like Cortisa Star is
Where's
fucking
my glasses?
performing, and has anybody seen my glasses? Like, girl,
Nigga, I would have been that nerd bitch because I don't got no other glasses, and
I
I'm not one of the girls who can just see. Like, bitches don't be wearing their glasses and they just be doing shit. Girl, I will wreck the car.
I've seen enough.
Okay. On that note, we're gonna start off with the diva debrief. This week's diva is none
L-
other than
Let
an
me,
icon,
uh,
truly.
uh, uh, y'all. Let me explain something. There are faces that become iconic. There are brands that are associated with singers that outlive themselves, like obviously, right? The diva this week is a diva that is the epitome of an era
Hmm.
in several different ways. The fashion doll, literally, you girls could never, body down, face down, everything down. Our diva this week is Mother Grace Jones.
Yeah.
The girls do not know, and we are here to educate. So, how we're going to
Yeah.
start is we're going to start at the beginning of her musical career, because shortly before she was a model. Kenzo, uh, what's the Alaya, like the girl, like
I was
was
just about to say Elia. Yeah.
like was the fashion doll. Claude Montana, like the girls already the face. She already at this point was the face on an album cover. I think Billy Paul was his name, and I think the cover is literally called Ebony Woman, and she's just like mugged down on the cover. So like has already been like a music, a fashion, a notorious beauty. She gets signed to a record label in 1976 as basically a disco act. And the first part of her career is disco songs. Most of them, and this is a trend throughout her entire career, but a lot of these songs are not compositions for Grace Jones. The
Mm.
majority of these songs are covers. And that's kind of the real gaggy part. We will get into it, but we start with Portfolio in 1976. The
Mm.
mug,
The mug was already mugging.
first of all,
She can't do nothing but mug.
it's like single cover, album cover. She's going to eat a cover, magazine
Mm-hmm.
cover. She's going to eat a look. She's going to eat a photo. She's going to eat the moment, right? We'll
The
get
androgynous.
N- the original, the originator, and we will get into that and how where that springs. Ugh, this is I live. But yes, was hyper masculine, hyper feminine, high fashion, beautiful dark skin, singing these disco songs, and the gays lived, right?
It did.
Her cover of La Vie en Rose, Edith Piaf. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Mm-hmm,
That, of course,
mm-hmm.
right? She
Because,
freaks
well,
it.
yes.
You turn on
Guys,
the
I
drum
was kind of
machine.
gagged. I'm not gonna hold you. I was gagged.
Baby, let
I
me.
was a little gagged.
Grace Jones was making music since the beginning. Let's be clear,
Hmm.
Gaggy since album one.
Let's talk about the fact that this is an overarching thing, but I'm sure I'm gonna say a lot. But these songs are long as hell,
No shade.
and
Disco era.
she, yeah, yeah, she holds your attention the entire time.
There's a quote of Grace Jones saying, "Baby," well, I'm paraphrasing, but she's like, "The microphones can go out, the sound can go out, the lights can go out. You put me in a room full of people, in a dark room of people, I will hold their attention the entire time."
Gagged.
100% that is Grace Jones. And what I was saying earlier about her, what is so gaggy to me and about all of her albums and most of her shit being covers, like this first song, La Vie en Rose, which is one of her signature songs, this became her signature song, one of them, is that even if it's not the definitive version of that song, which most of them are, most of the things that she covers, it becomes just the Grace Jones version. Like it just becomes that. She embodies everything. So she captures space. She hold like she is a star. You cannot be a
In every
star.
sense of the
Like
word.
she is a star, girl. Okay. I Need a Man, gay history also.
Well, yes. Well, yes. Well, yes.
Wasting all my cooking. Ugh, honey. She needs a man, perhaps a man like you.
No tea, no shade. Annie was found dead. Because that tomorrow really scalped me bald. I was like, oh, Sarah Jessica Parker, you're nothing. That's just me whacking her. She played her on Broadway. But um yeah, I
Like,
really lived for this
even if
this
there
album.
are more definitive versions of Tomorrow, like what I was saying, all of the covers are just so singular that it's like, bitch, she bodied this.
It
And
was
people
almost literally like a different song, to
exactly.
be honest.
And it's like
But I
people
was saying
say
that
that
there was
great.
one
Oh, go ahead.
song. Oh my bad. I was gonna say there was one song that I didn't write down, but I am assuming it's one of the first like three. But I said there's some one of them. She goes do 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 do. I was like, not the whiz. It and it came out around the same time, which I thought was funny. So I was like, okay,
But
I don't know which
yes.
one happened first, but that really tickled me.
And let's talk about the voice because
Look,
people love to
yes,
play
let's
on
go.
Grace Jones' voice and say that she cannot sing when it's
Mm,
like,
mm-mm.
sweetie,
She was singing, bringing the clowns. She is singing.
mother
First
was
track,
she's
first song.
singing.
I wrote down singing. Like, y'all, I was gagged. Okay. Like, usually when I prepare for the episodes, I listen to the songs like at work. For me to be so visibly gagged that I have to like write something down, like, y'all, I have 3 pages of notes.
And this is just music. And once and we'll get into this later because of something that happened in the 80s, but her image became so just like that just became the image that people do not even truly understand how excellent the music that she was putting out is just because they're
Right.
so scared of the androgynous masculine cold isolated whatever that they think Grace
Because
Jones is without realizing
I
that
didn't
she's
even
actually
know.
hilarious, that she's actually really smart, that she's the we'll get into it.
I didn't know that she like before this really like actually I'll say before let's just say like a few years ago. I didn't even know she was a singer. I associated her only with being a model.
Work.
um and a muse and just like a cultural figure. So I was really gagged when not only does she have albums, she has albums, y'all, like
Bodies of work.
bodies of
The
work
mug is so
starting in the
strong.
70s.
The mug is so
The mug is
strong
so
that
strong
it's
you don't
like the
even
girl. You
realize
don't even realize that the music bangs that hard. Like it's just that
she was fully like a diva. Like
the
I didn't even know.
a star. She just
Hmm.
used. Oh my god! I
Wait,
stand
okay.
so
I did
hard.
write
I
down this
stand
question for
so
you.
hard.
What is her relationship like with other divas of the time? The Dianas, the Shakas, the all of that. Like, did they get along? Did they hate each
To
other?
be honest, I don't really know. I don't really
Mm,
know. I think as a whole, sh- Grace Jones was way more art in the art
mm,
world as well. So like very much also with the European girls, the French girls will get
right.
into that.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
like
Mm-hmm.
we will very much get into that. But I don't know if she had like I don't think she had any really other collaborations. Nobody was really making after we get past the disco era, which we will get to in a second. Nobody kind of was really making the same type of music as her. I feel like her lane was so similar. So I don't know if she had any
Mm-hmm.
other interactions with any other divas, but
Okay.
she was at least in my brain, and I'm somebody who lived through this. I'm sure can speak to it more accurately. But in my brain, she was more art world than like music world. Because like once again, the
Mm-hmm.
Alaya doll, the Mugler doll, okay.
Yeah.
Next year,
So portfolio sickening.
1977, right? Signey. 1977, we get Fame. This is the moment where we talk about the album cover. We're gonna have a moment every single time that we talk
Yeah.
about a new album because she eats these
Yeah.
album covers down. This guy, his name is Richard. I'll find his name, but he was the illustrator for. Oh God, what was it? What was it? What was it? What was it? I'll have to find it, but I think he was an illustrator for like a very famous magazine. Oh, that's gonna
Hmm.
piss me off. Hold on.
Wait, what's his name? I'll look it
Um,
up.
no. I'll find it. I'll find it. I'll find it.
Well, I'll just say
Richard
I love
Bernstein,
that.
artist for Interview.
Why
Interview magazine is what he
was
illustrated
I
for.
about to say it just gave me interviews for some
Yes,
reason. So I guess yeah.
absolutely.
Okay.
So the very artistic first three albums, Interview magazine, like already in the art fashion world.
Oh.
Like
Wow. Okay.
she's the doll. Like don't play, okay?
Hmm.
This is not the
Okay.
beginning of the album, but I have to start with girl. Well, I finally got my wish to work in New York City.
Bitch.
But is it
Oh my.
everything I thought it would be?
When I tell you, I said, is this fucking play about us?
Ah!
Girl, when I tell you I was gagged, I was like, wait a minute. I said, Grace, hold on. Hold on. Me working at my job that I hate. I'm like, whoa,
Uh,
whoa,
with no shade, like, but
whoa. She gagged.
it's
It,
selling the
yeah.
song.
Wait, which one was
Sing.
that? That's do or die, right?
No, yeah, no, this is on Fame. This is
No, but
am I
that's the
ever gonna
song.
fall into your?
Oh,
That's the name of the song.
sorry.
Yeah,
Right. Also, that as well. Am I ever gonna fall in love in New York City? Because I'm waiting. You know what I'm saying? No,
hmm
this song gagged me a little bit. Like that was actually gonna be my song for questions. Am I ready to fall in love in New York City?
that's very real.
Because I fully was like, well, am I?
Am I? That's kind of a very
I
real
don't.
question. The dolls.
I don't
I
know.
only hear
I don't think so.
negative things about the dating pool.
Hmm.
So,
Mm,
well, I hear that
yeah.
about everything everywhere. So, God bless us all. But
Right. Everything, everywhere, all at once. But
exactly, all at the same time.
but anyways,
But
I
Mother is
love
singing.
Autumn Leaves was cute. Um, first of all, get into how short the albums are. We've talked about this before on the podcast. You don't have to have an album full of a bunch of fucking songs. Baby, keep it short and sweet. Hunt.
Did she has she ever had a? I think she maybe has one album longer than like 9 songs.
Yeah, it was the we'll get there. But
Yeah,
yeah,
Mama,
wow.
she gets to the point. She slays the girls. She gets the hit. She pumps it. She serves the
At least.
look. She takes the picture. The picture is drawn. She slays it. We move on. Right.
And that's how it should
1978.
be.
We get Muse. Now this one overall in her disco era, because this is the last of her albums in what I would consider to be her true disco era, right?
Hmm.
Because of course Disco Sucks happens in 1979, so this caused her to pivot. We'll get there, but this one is the most conceptual. We start
Hmm.
off with a whole like 4 song movement. We go sinning, suffer
Suffer.
into exactly suffer. Take
Suffer.
that. No, that
No, she was gagging it. She
no.
was taking it
We got
all the way to the bottom.
for top two.
She
Ruta
was
Tuda, Alpha Omega.
the BDSM dolls.
No shade. Take that. Like no, like the noises.
Suffer.
Like
Just yes.
I don't know.
Sitting is it sitting like hold on, let me click on it. It's like it's long. Yeah, it's 5 minutes. Like the girl is girling.
But the
Saved
girl
to being 7 minutes. Like I live for a long song. People don't like them, but I really feel like longer songs are just something of a different time.
yeah,
Like nobody wants to make a song even 4 minutes anymore, but like let alone 7, 8 minutes. So
indulgent and just fun and
mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know.
No, because that was my song.
That no. I think that's my that might be top 3 like Grace Jones disco songs. Like
T
I
T
have
T
my
T.
favorites. I have my
On
favorites, but
on your knees. I said, oh, and I ooh. Get on your knees, get on your knees, get on your knees. Maybe just get on your knees.
yeah,
Ariana
no.
and Nicki Minaj, LOL.
Um
But
girl,
sorry, that
that was
was
that was a jump. I love that. No,
the way it just.
I love how she slows it down. We get like a kind of beginning of like the slowed down Grace Jones on Atlantic City Gambler. Um,
Hmm.
but overall, this is the last of her disco era. Now, when she's in this is disco era, she's already at this point has been dubbed the queen of gay discos because her live shows at this time were extreme. Like she's known to do the things. I think I read once somewhere that like she was performing just with a bunch of like naked with a bunch of dildos attached to her or something. Like no, like as a performance artist, like under like is willing to go there, is willing to take the risk, is a star. I will say I can't repeat myself too much because I sound crazy. Okay. Disco Sucks happens in 1999, which, if you don't know, was a very anti gay thing that happened where the girls were literally like, disco is in Chicago. This one specific, I forgot what his name was, but this one specific radio jockey was like, we are about to come to this field, get these whack ass disco records. We're about to blow them the fuck up, right? And then that spurred a whole movement. The girls were scared to do disco. Everything changed, right? Grace Jones being from Jamaica, because we have not covered her childhood, and for the most part, her music has not been autobiographical at this point. It's been her playing a character to some degree, right? At least musically, we go back to familiar territory because we get a lot more reggae. We slow it down, and we really become Grace Jones on her next work, 1980s Warm Leatherette. We're about to see this is excellence. See, this is excellence. This is why when Grace Jones is talking about Lady Gaga just being a vessel and not seeing anything in her eyes, she's not say that, right? Because she was look at this album cover. First of all, marked down beyond compare. Face
It's not even fair. It literally it it's
like
like I have no words
like
actually.
has the face, right? But the high low, the iconic
Get into the
signature low cut, people that I talk to, like when I talk to my parents and like people who grew up, the girls were scared of Grace Jones. Like the girls
She
were,
looks a little I wouldn't say scary, but intimidating for sure. For
but
sure.
like scary
You're
definitely
not
was
finna
like
fuck
part
with
of the
her.
brand. And On the,
Mm.
well, and I'm keep alluding to the last album because that's my favorite album. We'll get there, and it's like, well, but a lot of how she performs is modeled after her grandfather, who we'll talk about, and
Mm.
how she was raised. But being scary and being masculine and them beefing that up is absolutely a part of the brand. Now, I think at this point, since we're still on the subject of album covers, this is the era in which she is working with Jean Paul Good or Good. I'm not sure how you say that, but he is the photographer slash artist, visual artist responsible for a lot of Grace Jones's most iconic photos, like this
Mm.
one, like the next four album covers, like the one where she's completely naked, like looking like that. Like this is in the era where they were actually dating. I think they have Grace Jones's only child is from this relationship. So
Mm.
artistically, they were locked in, right? Album cover
Mm-hmm.
eats. That's the discussion. Let's talk about music.
Let's talk about
Warm.
it.
Leatherette.
Leatherette.
Dunk, dunk. A cover. Count the covers.
Oh,
A cover.
oh, I
I,
covered all.
I forgot who it is, but they cover.
No tea, no shade.
Funky reggae. Bump, 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 ba, ba, ba. We're cooking with Grease now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because Grace Jones can, and she can embody anything. She can feel the moment. She can do the things. She slays this song, right? Let's get into what I think is maybe still my favorite Grace Jones song.
Oh.
Her cover of Count the Cover, another cover, Private Life.
Hmm.
Now I looked this one up. This one actually the original was released by the Pretenders in the same year.
Mm.
So like theirs was also
Oh.
released in 1980.
She said, "I'll take that."
She came and she said, "Mine, je n'aime mal your theatrics. Your acting's a drag. It's okay on TV, but you can turn it off." What? Ah! Ah! Your sex life complications are not my fascinations. Your private life drama, baby, leave me out. She she ate this song so fucking bad. Sly and Robbie, I haven't spoken about Sly and Robbie. This is the group that she was working with at this time. They gave her this kind of reggae tinge sound. Was called the Compass Point All Stars. Sly and Robbie are like the two of the most famous members of that. They went on to produce several other like reggae things, very famous. They're slaying this music. Do
Mm-hmm.
do 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 do. Like the idea to turn this into, because if you listen to the original is like way more rocky. She's actually like singing through the whole thing, which makes it less effective. And I've mentioned this on this podcast before. The girls who talk on the song,
Mm-hmm.
Grace Jones is your mother. You could never do it like her. To
Yeah.
to eat a song and have you by the balls like this the entire song, and she's just talking for 65% of it. That
That's
is
what
a
really gagged me. There were so many songs where she was just literally just speaking, and I would still consider them songs, but like
absolutely.
it really was surprising, honestly. But in a way made sense. I don't know why.
Because the brand, this was, so Jean Paul Good at this point, he really exaggerated the more masculine aspects of Grace. So like we'll get into this on the next album cover, but like was really like pre-photoshopping a lot of stuff. So like
Mm,
widening shoulders, like because he was
mm,
also a painter as well. So like he would literally like
okay.
manipulate and like
Mm,
play with the image. Like they were like it was art. Like the whole presentation of it was art. A Rolling
Mm.
Stone, I don't think that one is a cover. Um, and then I think the rest of this album is covers, except for Bullshit,
Oh wow.
which I'm sick and tired of all this bullshit. Old shit, same shit.
Me too, sister.
Like
Me
she
too.
musically, the band is playing, even if the song, because I feel like when it comes to Grace Jones, her performance entirely relies on how good the song is to begin with, right?
Hmm.
If it's a whack song, Grace Jones isn't gonna do anything to really save it. But if it's an excellent song, no, that's no shade. She's just not. Like it's just she gonna do what she gonna do. She's gonna be Grace Jones. But when you give her that excellent song, she's going to knock it out of the fucking park, right?
Hmm.
We c- I can we can move on because the next album is History.
Yeah, let's move on. Hmm.
1981 Nightclubbing.
She's pumping them out. Let's just talk about that. There's an album every fucking year since 1977. Like, hello,
Number one.
Mama's working.
Number one. That's number one. Number two. There hasn't been a mood board that this photo has not been on. That it This is one of those images that just transcends time. I see this on my timeline every other week. The girls are still gagging. The girls have always gagged. Album cover beyond album cover is one of the best album covers of all time for maybe one of the best albums of all time. We start with Walking in the Rain.
Hmm.
Is talking, just speaking.
The album is Nightclubbing, by the way. We didn't say
Yeah, I
it.
did say it. I did say
Oh,
it.
my bad. I
I
missed
said
it.
1981's Nightclubbing. Yeah.
I'm
But
sorry.
we started Walking in the Rain. Mother is talking.
As for mentioned as on the last episode.
You you girls could not you are not a star. You don't have it. She can
Hmm.
talk on a song and eat it up because she's
Her voice is intantalizing. I was listening to this literally walking in the rain
tantalizing.
because it was.
I-
I was listening to this walking in the rain because it was raining for the last fucking 2 weeks here in New York, and I was like, "Yeah, Riley ate that. Riley ate that on up." Wasn't what I was expecting from how like I was expecting, singing and shit, but like no, this was perfect.
no, and it's like the image interfusing with. It's so genius. Like I'm struggling to find words. Right.
It's giving like the album cover is giving what Charlie is trying to give with some of the Brett. There was oh, I can't put this into words, but if you know, you know. Like she hasn't done a thing. Well, I guess what Brat doesn't have her name on it, so click. I mean, her face on it. So there's that. Grace Jones did
Oh
it first.
well, no, this is you. This has her face on. This is like her with a cigarette.
Oh,
Google the album cover. Well, all of these.
Apple Music. What's going on? Is it this one?
No, Google Grace
Okay.
Jones nightclubbing. You might have to
Oh my
do.
god, why? I just saw it. Wait, I've seen this before, and I'm mad because why is it not like that on Apple Music? That's so weird.
It's not like Tunnel Title either, but I don't know.
Hello.
It might.
Okay.
I think it's all of the albums that John Paul Good has created. It might be like a copyright thing. I don't know, but the original album cover
Okay. Now it's clicking. All right, I'm there.
everywhere. There's not a
Mm-mm.
there's not a mood board that she hasn't been on. There's
Mm-hmm.
like so influential beyond means, and to be able to take that and perfectly translate that into the music. Pull up to the bumper once again. Me talking about the divas just having just an innuendo laden song. This is hers.
Okay, fair. True.
Pull up to the bumper in your long black limousine. Drive it in between.
Black.
Uh, clock that.
Clock that.
Clock that. No, let me wait. What she say? Grease it, spray it, let me lubricate it. Uh, 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 pull up to the like a hit,
Right. Yeah,
a hit, right?
that is so funny. I didn't get the sexual innuendo,
Oh, ma'am.
but I never do.
Oh yeah. Pull up to the bumper in your long black. Drive it in between. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This is yeah. 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 The
Well,
girls.
yes.
The girls are having fun. The girls are. This is the '80s at this point. The girls are. The
Yeah.
girls are living. The girls are outside, right? So her cover reviews me. Count the covers once again. The cover. The cover diva. She turns it into the bottom. The power bottom anthem. Like the little part. The little. The little. Like the little thing at the end. Oh. The girls are making music. The girls are making music.
Yeah, sorry. I'm like dying. No,
It's okay.
literally.
Night clubbing. A cover. Boom, boom, da-dum, da-dum. Like
I didn't know.
it's
See, yeah, she does have a lot of covers.
it's gaggy, 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 gaggy. Like the fact that the name of the album is the cover, and the girls don't even really remember the. I think it's an Iggy Pop cover.
Ooh, no shade to you.
Yeah, is can just like take a moment and hold it. She holds space
With that,
for
she's holding space with that.
exactly. That's what the girls do.
Mm-hmm.
Now we have to go. We haven't even talked about music videos, um, but since I just mentioned it, after I think the next two albums, she released a collection of music videos called a one man show where they're like super artsy, beautiful music videos. Go watch a Grace Jones music video right now. I don't care which one. Just go do it. Strange, or I've seen that face before. She starts off in the music video on stage, cone on her head, paper mask, paper mask, paper mask. She get the white gloves. They snap them off. They're snap them. They cut, cut, and then the entire music video, she just lip syncs and mugs. And then at the end, they zoom out and she's like on a roof performing. J- j- like most of the videos are just her just mugging. Like, oh,
Mm.
shut up. Like,
Nobody
I
wants to
don't
mug
know.
anymore.
I don't know, bro. Like, I stand so hard. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
I haven't seen any of their videos, unfortunately. Um,
Mugging down, like blushed, eye, makeup done up, painted, but still like tough and scary and like and masculine, but like so cunt. Like this
yeah,
is cunt. This
we
is
kind of
cunt.
did talk
This is
about
cunt.
on the last episode, uh, like looking like a woman, or no, looking like a man, feeling like a woman, or whatever she says to that
Oh,
effect.
walking in the rain. Yeah,
Yeah, and like it really
she's living
was
that.
literally, but it's fascinating because at a time where yes, on one hand, everyone's free, everyone's loving, love is love and whatever, but on the
Hmm.
other hand, they're really not. Like
Absolutely.
it was still very, um, I guess, forward thinking of her to even commit to being androgynous because she could have very easily changed herself to fit
Hmm.
the stereotypes. Because if you think about it, at the time, even just the other female divas at the time, it's Diana, it's like I said, Shaka, long hair, long gowns, makeup. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Nobody was really playing with androgyny until after her when we get the Ari Lennox.
mhm.
Yeah, not Ari Lennox, excuse me. Annie Lennox.
Oh,
I
when you said, I was like, wait, wait.
said Ari, not Annie Lennox. The Annie
Bring me up.
Lennoxes. and the literally and the Janelle Monae's and like the girls
Right.
who, because we have plenty of men doing that. We had David Bowie, we had
Sure.
Little Richard, we had like,
Prince,
but
all the things.
exactly, and of course Prince, but like females never really dove this deep and was this successful with it, right?
Hmm.
Nightclubbing, fabulous, fabulous fucking album. 1981. Google this album cover.
Now let me go because I clearly did not know.
G-
Living my life. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Gaggy.
Why was this not on? This is pissing me off. Figure it out, y'all. Pay the person, okay?
Like down,
Because
down.
like I'm gagging. Wow. This whole time I'm like, wow, okay. She had a minimalist era.
Yeah,
Because when you were
no.
saying the mood boards, I was like, okay, Brad, yes, I'm seeing it. I'm fine.
Girl. No ma'am, no ma'am, no ma'am, no
Oh,
ma'am.
that's funny. Okay,
Grace Jones
wow.
probably don't even know who Charlie XCX is. Like
And
she's
why should she? She should not.
honestly real. Like please don't. But
This is kind of
no.
gagging me. The androgynous doll.
Ooh,
Wow.
your
Okay,
camera
go.
did just disappear for a second, but I'm
We're
not gonna
good.
address
We're good.
that. We're good. Album covers, the album cover diva. Please don't
I'm
ever
kind of
play.
gagged.
Like when I say like, oh my
Wow.
god. The- Y'all,
Wow. This kind of why does it
I'm
emotional?
getting so emotional. I'm getting so
Why
emotional.
does this change? Like now I'm pissed. Like I want to listen to the album with this image in my mind because I don't know. It doesn't change the actual music, but I'm like
But here's the
annoyed because
thing,
I'm
it absolutely does because there came a point, and I think this album and the next one album became the point where it's like the image of Grace Jones superseded anything else that she did.
mm,
I think at this point, this is the time where she is on famously a some guy's fucking talk show. I don't know.
yeah.
And
Oh my god, yes.
and for some reason the excuse that they used was the producers put the two guests on either side of him. But I watched the clip. He was playing in Grace Jones' face. He absolutely was. And Grace Jones was like, "Don't turn your fucking back." Well, she didn't say fucking, but she was like, "Don't turn your back to me. This is an interview between both of us." So she was like, "Scoot the chair back or like address us both at the same time." He turns his back again, and Grace Jones starts like slapping him. Which,
Wait, what? I was
yes,
thinking of something else. Oh my
no, no,
god.
no. Grace Jones starts slapping this man on like air, which is like
I live.
in my head,
I live.
I can totally understand. It's like,
I live
of
in
course, right?
February,
You
bitch.
shouldn't start hitting people. But like
Ooh, that's funny.
also, I really do feel like that man was being disrespectful as fuck. And
Who cares?
we nobody really talks about it, but I can only imagine like the very specific brand of like racism that Grace Jones must have experienced because every question after this interview, and I don't even know what about like before, but like uh, how is it? What is it like to be so scary? Are you trying to be masculine? Are you trying to scare off men? Like so much stupid bullshit where it's just like, oh my fucking god! Like I can. Grace Jones is like a strong fucking soldier, right?
Wow.
Gonna get into music. My Jamaican guy. Doo doo
Yeah.
doo
Loved it.
doo 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 doo
Loved
doo
that.
doo doo doo
Mm-hmm.
doo. A hit. Ooh, it's famously sampled in one like the LL Cool J song. You girls will find it. But he's making the music. He's making the
Mm-hmm. Hmm.
music.
Nipple to the bottle.
Nipple to the bottle, never satisfied. Do 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 do. The girls are making music. This band, every instrumental from this era with the Compass Point All Stars, they slayed it completely. They slayed it completely. And the apple stretching,
I
you can
loved
relate.
that.
Mother speaking. Once again,
Yes.
Even when
Like,
you like, even the door she's open for, if you love her, or capital HIN, what it, yeah, like the
yeah,
like
your Lambanese, your Orient. Yeah,
the how she basically invented trip hop in a way, like
I was thinking that. Yes.
uh,
Oh my gosh.
like she's
Uh,
like this like
everybody hold still.
I'm
I
getting
felt that.
excited. I'm getting
I felt
excited. I'm
that
sorry.
really hard because it was giving like everyone shut up. Like everyone shut up. Like she's just overwhelmed. The overwhelmed Dom was I've been there. I've been there. And I literally wrote down 6 songs for being overwhelmed. Like,
No
yes, she
shade.
was everybody hold still, god damn it. Like she's like, I will shoot everybody up in
Shut
this
up. Just
motherfucker.
shut up. Shut up.
Shut up. Just shut up. No, don't get me started. But yes, loved this album. I feel like shorter albums are just easier to consume and understand and comprehend because you don't have to worry about like filler or whatever. And I really felt like from the rooter to the tutor, once again, this is a solid body of work. This is an excellent body of work. She kind of hasn't missed. Are any of these songs covers?
I think this was the first album of hers where most of them were originals. So I think this.
Okay.
I know My Jamaican Guy she wrote on, and I think I don't know. I'm not sure, but I think this one has significantly less covers than the last
Okay.
albums, which were mostly covers. And
Period.
then now you should look up "Slave to the Rhythm," the album cover, because
Okay. This is
once
fun.
again, one of the most iconic images ever produced.
Okay, yes. All of these I've seen, but yes.
Exactly, right? The
It's
girl,
like all of these I've seen, I've just never put the context to it. Wow.
when
Okay.
you talk pop iconog, was like friends with Andy Warhol. There's so I think there are like
Mm-hmm.
Grace Jones, Andy Warhol paintings or whatever, like art, like I could,
Yeah.
I
Wow.
could start crying. I could start crying right now. Like it's insane. Okay, Slave to the Rhythm as an album, it functions sort of as like a audio documentary of her
Mm-hmm.
life at the time. I think it's very fascinating. I think it's
Yes.
one of the coolest concepts for an album I've ever heard. And it's basically as if Mother recorded one song and
And
then they
just
just broke it up over the whole album.
because I was like, because I remember very distinctly. I was in the kitchen in my job listening to this man talk, and I'm like, this man is really telling me his story right now.
Yes.
And then I really got to listen, and I was like, hold on, who is this? Who like I didn't look it up. I forgot to look it up, but
So if you've
I
ever
was
heard of Frankie Goes to Hollywood, which is like a very famous kind of early 80s like new wave band, he's the producer of
mm-mm,
that album, which is known for like the super how this one sounds slightly different, how everything sounds
mm-hmm.
like bigger and more dramatic. That's kind of like what he was known for. So this is basically like
Okay,
a project between the two of them.
okay,
We
okay. I
just kind of
watched the
wanted to
Throne of
tell
Stars.
the story of Grace Jones via. It's so cool. It's so cool.
Yeah, I was really fascinated by this. I love like the Frog and the Princess. That's the story where I mean the song where he's basically just talking about how he met her.
Hmm.
Um, and I really loved that. Like I was really surprised that I wasn't annoyed by a man talking for that long.
Yeah, and I don't think I've heard an album, especially like a main studio album, be so interesting and just so clearly different. I am obsessed. I'm
Hmm.
obsessed.
Bring
And
back dramatic intros. First of all, Jones
hmm
to the Rhythm. Like, also love the name Jones to the Rhythm.
Jones the
Loved
Rhythm.
that.
Yep.
And I yeah, this one definitely sounded different from all the other ones, but like it was very, very interesting.
Yeah. At this
Um
point, she's no longer with the Compass All Stars. It's just she got a different producer. And then, for the sake of album covers, we have to talk about Island Life, her 1984 compilation, which features how many times have I said this episode? one of the most famous images ever produced. Literally Nicki Minaj,
Hmm.
stupid hoe, the girls count to back like they referenced
Nicki
this.
Minaj
Like
stupid though.
the pose that she's doing is stupid. Look up Island Life by Grace Jones, the
No, I
album.
did, but I'm like, when did she do that in
I
stupid
get it
hoe?
cracking like a bad bag. Bitch talking shit to quit when she.
Oh, LOL. Wait, gag that. Okay, yeah, it's also not on obviously Apple Music, so
hmm
whatever. I think most famously, it's Kylie Minogue Fever that's inspired by this.
Work.
I'm pretty
But
sure it's this album.
oh yeah, that makes it the microphone, the everything.
Yeah,
Now
I'm
that the
pretty sure it's
pose
this.
is impossible to do, and that is because the Jean Paul Good like took several different pictures and like painted them together and like
Mm.
art,
Mm-hmm.
Did somebody mention art? Right? Boom, shika cat, shika shika art.
Shablam, shaka, ow, yeah.
And then, in my opinion, this is where we get in terms of albums. We get our first series of misses, but at this point, it's important to note that Grace Jones, by the time 1985's Inside Story comes out, Grace Jones has already been in several movies. She's
Mm.
established she's had an established career as a model, but she's also a movie star at this point. I honestly don't think that her heart was in the music industry at this point.
Mm.
So we get Inside Story produced by Nile Rodgers,
Mm.
and there are numerous like stories and like rumors of them beefing the entire time while making this album. Like
Mm.
it was apparently not a good working relationship. I think this is the first album that Grace Jones like produced and paid for herself. So like
Okay.
things were rough. Things were rough.
Mm-hmm.
Overall, I think
Okay.
my kind of only highlight from this album is Victor should have been a jazz musician. I
Loved
think
that.
that one is the highlight here.
I liked
But
Shan Hitchhikes to Shanghai. I did like that one.
that one, yeah, that one is cute. But
Those two were
overall, a
very,
lot of
yeah.
the stuff that Nile Rodgers was doing in the '80s was very hit or miss. Like
Mm.
Nile Rodgers has some whack solo '80s albums. He's produced no shade. He's produced for I forgot like
So
some of
many people.
the '80s divas. A lot of those things did not work. But then like sometimes he struck gold like with the B-52s, Love Shack, and like a lot of other things. So it's
Nile
like hit or
Rodgers
miss.
has so many people. Yeah.
Yeah, hit or
Okay.
miss. This overall, this album was a miss. Grace Jones, once again, will always eat the album cover though. I think the guy
Hmm.
who did the guy who did the first three also did this album cover.
It seems
It's
like it,
so
yeah.
like late '80s and so. But Mother loved that ruby lip. She loved that just that little gold highlight right there. Like she stayed mugged down, right? And then 1988's Bulletproof Heart, which I think as an album is much worse than Inside Story. But she made it. I think she made it with her husband at the time. I think she married the guy that she made that album with, and
Mm.
it's how I mentioned earlier that the image kind of overshadowed the music. I feel like people were just trying or like really
Hmm.
forcing this Grace Jones, oh, I'm masculine, I'm so tough thing without
Yeah.
realizing
I
what she
don't
could do.
love. Like,
This,
this
right?
is intentionally scary. You know what I mean?
No, the album cover slays to me. Bulletproof Heart, the album cover
Oh,
slays.
it's good. It's just
No,
scary. I feel
it is
like it's
scary.
giving
Yes.
it's
Yeah.
giving like I feel like before with Warm Leatherette, it was like she was intimidating, but she was still sickening. This one is like it gave that they're like, we're gonna make something that is intentionally off putting.
But
You
this
know
is
what I mean?
also um inspired by Grace Jones has a commercial. I forget what car it's for, but it's literally like a giant Grace Jones head that's might be that exact one or very similar to that. It like arises from the ground and then like spins around and then the mouth like lifts and opens and then Grace Jones comes speeding out of the car and she's like ah in the camera. And it's so sickening. It's
Okay,
so
that's
sickening.
cool.
So like
Period.
everything that she does in terms of music, in terms of branding, is so strongly associated with the image, and that is because of her strong connections to the art world. Like she is an artist. Like she gets it, right? even if the music isn't that bad. I think my only one highlight from this album, which overall, like I said, I'll
It's
be
long.
I did not enjoy this one, but what was it called? Was it the let me find it.
Yeah, I didn't finish this one.
On My Way was the only one where I was like, this is kind of cool, but it's overall really
Mm.
bad. Crack Attack is insane. She's like, just say no. I don't know whose idea. I don't know whose idea this was, right? So at the period of time, 1988, where excuse me, this album comes out, she functionally does not release another album for the next 20 years. There are rumors of her releasing another album in the 80s. Then there are rumors of her releasing a dance album in the 90s. I think it was called Black Maryland. But she was just like, no, the girls are just trying to use my voice. They're trying to chop it up. I don't think she was liking the digital, the shit. That they weren't giving Grace Jones good songs. And that became the
Mm.
problem in the end, that these songs they were giving her just weren't good songs. And I think that she just quit, right? So
Mm.
functionally, for almost 20 years, 19 years, we do not get another Grace Jones album. But when we do, she returns with what I believe to be her best body of work, her most honest body of work, and the one body of work that I feel actually accurately represents Grace Jones as the person and not Grace Jones as the brand, the mug, the face, the scary masculine androgynous figure, right? We get Grace Jones the person on Hurricane in 2008. This album is so fucking excellent, and it's like, to be a diva is to age with grace, is to not your best work. If you're a diva, you there's something to be said about the divas who get better with time. Grace Jones absolutely got better with time. Now we go back to her childhood in Jamaica, where this is basically their entire album. She's reflecting on her mother, on William's blood, and I'm crying mother's tears. She recalls like growing up in church. Um, what I watched her documentary. It's called Bloodlight and Balmy, I think is what it's called. And she literally goes back to Jamaica, and she tells the story of how when she was a young girl, her parents, her mother and father, had moved away, and she had lived with her grandmother and her step grandfather, who was a super insanely like religious, like there was a part in the documentary where she was like, he would just beat us and we would have to like read things from the Bible while he was beating us, and it was like awful. And he would have like different size belts. So like Grace Jones grew up in Jamaica for until she became like 13 years old, being heavily physically abused by her step grandfather, who she says in the documentary, when she worked with an acting coach, she says that this guy is who like that scary stage persona is modeled after. It's
Mm.
modeled after that. So when Hurricane comes out and she's talking about Devil in My Life being like, we'll always be connected. Like
Mm.
it's so like art. This is I
Yeah.
well, speaking I just said this is. Let's talk about this is a plate. This is a cup. This is a story I didn't make up, because she said
It's
no. 20
autobiographical.
years 20 years, y'all done did everything. Y'all done said everything about me. This is the real shit right here. I with this album that I'm giving you, this is me. I didn't
My
make this shit up,
voice, my
right?
weapon of choice. Ate that.
The fact Grace Jones' voice is it is her weapon of it's art. Art. How many times can
Period.
I say art? Like
6 songs for
what
art.
Williams blood, where her mother's maiden name is Williams, and where she's like, "Why can't you
Mm,
be a Jones like your sister?" That's her literally like talking in from the perspective of her grandfather's like because
wow.
she would after even after she moved back to America, she was like rebelling from her religion and she was wearing makeup, which was like a thing back then for like religious people. Like even my mother was like not allowed to wear makeup growing up. So like she was
Mm,
rebelling. I think she worked as a go-go dancer, going to the clubs. This was the 60s. So she was like doing
mm,
LSD. Like this was like a very she was very counterculture in like that
mm-hmm,
very specific time. So that explains kind of why she was so free
mm,
during her early career to do all the things that she did. But all of that was because she was dealing with all of this trauma from her growing up and how
wow.
that is like channeled and manifested through her music. You can never play with me about Grace Jones. Like that is mother. Corporate
Also, the
cannibal.
fact.
The
Oh
scariest
wait, before we get into
scary as
that,
fuck. Oh, yeah.
bitch. I was gonna say, I literally was like, why is she singing Amazing Grace? Because at the end of Williams Blood, she just starts singing Amazing Grace out of nowhere.
Yes.
And now it makes sense that the religious connotations about everything.
Hmm.
Because
And then her mother was the like she says that and she settled down, married a preacher man. Like she's telling the story of her mother. Her mother was the one who like yeah, like and then she
yeah.
says that you can't save a wretch like me like at the beginning because obviously like so many layers and so many layers. As
Corporate cannibal. I literally was like, is
this is
this
mother.
fucking play about us again?
This is mother.
She said, corporate cannibal, eat you like an animal. And the fact that, like I said, I was at work, my corporate job,
Mm.
and I was like,
Your meat
hmm.
is sweet to me, honey.
I was like, wow, am I ever gonna find love in New York City? And corporate cannibal, eat you like a cannibal, like, or eat you like an animal. You know, the girl has a way with words. Let's just say that. She has a way of hitting it right on the head because when I was listening to it, not even knowing about her struggles with Nile Rodgers or whatever, it just gave me like a song about not liking the music industry anymore, which at this
She didn't
time, 2000,
she didn't release
2008,
an album for the past 20 years. So obviously
right.
she was fed the fuck up.
She was fed up. But if you think about it, 2008, I'm really curious to see what her thoughts are now because it's worse now. Like,
Mhm.
which is crazy to say, but well, in some ways it's better, in some ways it's worse, whatever. But I would
It's
say
worse.
object yeah, I was like, oh, yeah, actually no. Yeah, I it's crazy how you can be such a iconic figure as Grace Jones and have the impact in the music and everything to back it up and people still play in your face. Like
Damn.
that's what really gets me every single time because it's like the fact that she even had to make a song like that, the fact that she for whatever reason didn't release, I'm sure there were multiple reasons, but didn't release music for 20 years. And I'm
And then
sure during that
she
time,
fully funded this one herself also. So
oh
like
wow,
that this
she
is
had something to
why
say.
it's such exactly. Exactly. She has something to fucking say. And
Hmm,
it's like that is why I believe this is her best work, not only because the music is so strong, but
I would agree.
because this is the first time where Grace Jones actually tells her story explicitly. So of course I'm crying Mother's Tears, which I mentioned earlier. Beautiful, beautiful song. Oh my god, beautiful song. I I'll get emotional. Well, well, well. Do, 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 do. They're
They're
killing the bass. We're making
getting the
music.
bass things again. Hmm.
And this is about once again every track on this album is like she's pouring her heart into this album. She poured her heart into this fucking album. This is about one of the members of the Compass Point All Stars, the band that she worked with back in the early 80s, who I think he passed away in like the late 80s.
Mm.
And like I think well, this song is about an alcoholic who's like lost and is trying to find his way home, and she she eats this song up. Like, y'all don't know. I really want like y'all just have to listen to it. Like, it's so emotional. Hurricane. The reason that she named the album Hurricane is because a hurricane in like what probably was either her early childhood or slightly before her childhood came and like wrecked her family's area in Jamaica that she lived on. So in the documentary that I watched, she like goes back to Jamaica and is like planning to like rebuild on her land.
Hmm.
And she I forget is it this song that she says it, but like on one of the songs she's saying like it's not yours, it's not mine, it's ours. It's like she's
Mm-hmm.
talking about this land that she's going back to, like her homeland. Art.
I really liked Sunset Sunrise.
That's
That
about her
was one of my
child, I believe.
favorites.
hmm 6 songs for kids. No, the girl. Listen, if a diva has to, you got to have a song. Lauryn Hill had to Zion. Mariah got
Hmm.
Supernatural. Beyonce got Blue. Like the girls,
You
you
gonna make a
got
song
dedicate.
about that baby?
No shade.
What
Make
is
a
Whitney's
song.
for Bobby Christina? Does she have one?
Uh, she probably
I feel like there
does.
has to be. There has to be. I'm
She
not
probably
sure,
does.
but I'm sure. Yeah. I definitely I'm glad you said that this was your favorite. This was definitely my favorite.
Yeah.
But I would say I like I said, Slave to the Rhythm was really interesting. Like I really want to listen to that again to get all the details. But as far as music goes, she's making it, y'all.
Like, is the reggae queen literally every female artist that has debuted after has felt her influence. You can argue with your mother, you can argue with the wall, you can argue with whoever you want to. It don't even matter. Grace Jones's mother, if you have not listened to her music, check it out. Please do.
Period. Like she's that girl. And the
And
fact that she
since
even
and
gave Beyonce a feature means a lot.
exactly, because she has not released an album since 2008. But what a way to go out! What a note to leave on! Like,
Hmm.
my God,
I
it
really would
sounds
love
fresh right now, 2025, right now. It's so good. So
I
good.
would love to know how this Beyonce feature happened. Because even though, like I said, until a few years ago, I didn't really know much about her. I just thought she was a model, a muse, all the
Mhm.
things. But knowing what I know about Beyonce and now knowing what I know about Grace Jones, I want to know, nay, I need to know what was that conversation like?
What happened?
Because how did this happen? How did lightning strike to not only did Grace Jones give you a feature, but like the song is so fucking good. Not that it wouldn't be good, but like also Tim's being there as well. Like
I think I don't know what source I remember reading this from, but I think one of her stipulations was that you cannot alter my voice in any way. The
mm,
what I give you is what you get. And
mm,
worked.
period.
Because I think
Yeah.
that's what I read about her, not why she wasn't fucking with the albums in the 90s. Like, she did not want her voice manipulated. At this
Mm,
point they had already made her to be like this evil crazy woman when she's like, I'm feminine too, I'm soft too, I'm a mother. Like, she's literally like in these interviews
mm,
being like, that's just a part of me. And it's like, you're asking me when I would decided to do this. It's just like, girl, I just decided to be myself. Like, Grace Jones is mother. And since she is the runway doll, since she's the fashion doll, clearly this is why she's on this episode, 6 songs for the runway, honey. Because mother killed that runway every time. And I feel like
noise can never.
my songs at least are songs that I would love to pump it down the runway to. I would
Mm-hmm,
love to
mm-hmm.
see them be pumped on a runway.
Be
And I
pumped
guess
on
I'll
the
go ahead and take
list.
it off once I scroll up
Please.
and find the list. Okay, there's the list. All of my songs kind of have like a similar housey vibe, like a very Mugleri kind
Okay, I'm
of
glad that you thought of that. Okay.
right. I mean, I wanted I still feel like I was looking for a better song. I was like, I'm just gonna go with the three I have, or like the four I have, and choose now. But we can redo this one if I have to, because I'd love. This is a very fun one for me to think about. But
Hmm.
my first song is "Baby Love" by Danny Minogue. Now,
Okay.
this song, I actually can pull out the CD. Where is it at? It's
Gag
uh
it.
I was like loading some CDs onto my computer, and
Ooh.
I was
Come on,
just
Danny.
listen, dark hair Danny, no shade. She went playing. And Baby Love came on. I said, "Oh." I said, "Oh, I'm about to be obsessed with this song for a very long time." I heard this
I
song
don't
like
even
a
know
month
this
ago.
song.
Baby, bow, 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 bow,
I know
bow.
Danny gets down, but I haven't really
Danny
dived
gets the
into her.
fuck down. Danny gets down. This album is not on streaming, but
Oh
it
wow.
is on like a compilation. Um, and this song is just like like I just want to like all the way to you mean so
Okay.
much to me. Like I just want to like
Okay.
serve it up all the way. Like
For those who
uh,
don't know, Danny Minogue is Kylie Minogue's sister. So if you're
absolutely,
wondering if there is relation, yes, there is relation.
very much relation.
Um,
And here's the thing: the girls make hits. I don't know what it is.
about the
I don't know what it
Minogues,
is
girl.
about the sisters, but they got hits. They have hits.
No,
And Baby
like
Love is one of them. I just would love to like pump down to this on like a just like a fun, colorful, just super uh, just like a I live for this song, and you're gonna gag. Like I know the girls are gonna gag over
I'm
this song.
yeah, I've been meaning to get into Danny, but Kylie. Anyways, it's funny that you mentioned that because my song is by Kylie Minogue, and that's why I
Work,
had the reaction because I was gagged that you said that.
come
My
on,
song is "Come Into
Danny,
My World" because
work.
because I was listening to it the other day, just as I
Uh,
do, and I was like, this would also the live. So technically, and I have to see if there is a live version of because she has a bunch of live versions of the song. But to see if she did the same arrangement at the tour. But at the tour, she started it with kind of not a cappella. And she's like, okay, we're gonna sing this song. And she had little I could call her backup dancers Little Mix, or backup singers Little Mix, because it was two black or two it was two black girls and a white girl, and it was three of them. And from
work.
far away, it looked like Perry, and it was funny to me. Anywho, so Little Mix and Kylie were there, and she's like, "Come," and they're like, "Come," like it was just very dramatic. And then she went into the song, and it really gave. And so I was thinking, I was like, okay,
We need that arrangement.
Victoria's Secret fashion show.
Down,
She's in the middle.
down.
She starts singing, and then the runway starts, and then they start walking, and it really has a like you can pump take these arms that were made for loving, you know what I'm saying. And the video is literally about walking, kind of like she's
Hmm.
pumping through that time loop, mama picking
All
up her
three of
mail and
her,
dry cleaning.
all
Okay.
six of her.
And I was walking down the street and I was like, wait, this is kind of cunt. And if it was like, I was very much picturing, like I said, a Victoria's Secret. I think all of my songs for
What
some
happened?
reason
Rihanna really ended it because why has nobody freaked it since?
like at all. But I was really thinking, I
Nobody's
was
freaked it
like,
since.
Kylie Minogue should have done one of, maybe she has, I don't know, but a freaking Victoria's Secret fashion show because it would have been sickening. And I should have gone first because it could have been, like I said, I think it's the opening number. Like it has to be the first, like this is a song for the first show of the night or whatever. But
Work.
yeah, this is a fabulous song. If you haven't heard it, I'm actually very jealous of you because it's a fantastic song. And apparently it was as if I didn't know this for years, but it was the last song she wrote for Fever. It was like the album was like turned in, and for some reason she was just like, I need to write this song, and so she got in the studio and turned it in like a week before the album came out.
Thank God.
And no, seriously, thank God, because it is one of my favorite Kylie Minogue songs. I mean, Fever as a whole, we could. We actually have already talked about it
It's
because we already did
like
our
top three
Kylie
for
Diva.
me. Did we where did we perfect the format at that point? I feel like we didn't actually go through the albums. I feel like we need to redo her.
I agree
Like
because
that's like
we
one of the
did her
very
last season.
first ones.
Yeah.
But either way,
I, either
that's
way,
mother
that's mother and sister apparently.
down, mother and sister
Because
and
Gaggett,
daughter
because Kylie's older, right? I think.
I think Kylie's the older sister. Yeah.
Yeah. But they're both sickening, and I need to get into Danny. I really do, because I know Austin likes Danny.
Down, 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 down.
All right,
Okay,
period.
my next song is once again a housey song, but I don't imagine this being as bright and colorful. I think this is like a darker, more streetwear kind of runway.
Okay.
This song is "Freaky Motherfucker" by Moody Man.
Oh.
Mo-
Who
Mo-
is that?
Moody Man is a very famous DJ and producer from Detroit, who I think maybe started in the late '80s, but like or no through the '90s. Famously, like does not do interviews, really like secretive and like did his own thing.
Mm,
But the girls live. I remember when I was first starting to get into like electronic music and like dance music as a whole. I remember this album kind of came out when I was in middle school. I think it came out in 2013. Sorry to trigger any of the girls, but um sorry to trigger the girls, but this came out right around the time where I was like really kind of opening up to like musical new avenues. And as a whole, this album is really weird, but you could probably tell that by the album cover because it's like him with this like these like baraka teeth and like these girls climbing all over him. It's very
Wait, what is
weird.
the name of the album?
I think it's
I'm
called
gonna
Moody
look it up.
Man.
Moody Man. I've
But
literally never heard of this fucking person, of course.
but the album as a whole is really weird. It's very surreal, but like very kind of groovy, secretly weirdly housey. And this album, or excuse me, this song is like
Oh, oh, oh.
right. It's very weird. It's very funny. I think randomly Lana Del Rey has a feature on this album. Like I don't like
Hello?
very popular guy. But
Okay.
ye- this album or this song is like the main it's not coda. It's not the word I'm looking for, but like the interludes, like this is like an interlude that like weaves throughout the album, and it
Oh,
like
okay.
it wraps up at the end, and it's like this is one of the songs towards the end. Love this song. Very kind of minimal. The bass line is do 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 do, like it's like funky as fuck, but it's
Okay.
real. He's like whispering, "You freaky motherfucker." Just he just kind of like softly rapping, not rapping, but like well, I
Ooh.
guess rapping. This I love this fucking song. I could definitely see like a Runway, real dark, real moody. Well, I guess his name is Moody Man, so I guess that makes sense. But like a real super dark, real cool, tattered clothes theme Runway, and I live for this song.
Hmm.
"Freaky Motherfucker" by Moody Man.
Period. I'm crying. I've literally never heard this person, but shout out to you.
Shout out to Moody Man.
I period. I okay, because I have a lot. This was a hard one, but a fun one because there were a lot
Yeah,
of
I
choices.
was like, yeah. This is this. I
Because you
had a
could
lot of
go in a
fun.
lot of different directions.
A
Because to
lot
be
of
fair,
ways. Cause like I feel like I
runways.
none of my songs were really like a lot of runways have like really dramatic kind of openings, and
Hmm.
the songs that kind of fit that I kind of cut them for what I chose. But this one
Right.
is a really
No,
fun
I
one. I
was
think we
getting.
could redo this one.
But I think we would. But I think we're going right. I think we're going in the same direction though, because I also thought of songs that were like I would want to pump down the runway to, not necessarily that are dramatic or like artsy, whatever. So yeah. Okay, I'm like, which one I'm gonna do now, right now, or the next one? This is so hard to pick. So I'm gonna guess. I'm just gonna go with my heart. And
Follow your heart.
okay, like I
Use
said,
your heart and not
Victoria's
your
Secret.
eyes.
Baby, just relax your mind. Okay, I'm gonna just say, like I said, I was thinking of the Victoria's Secret fashion shows when I was thinking of this. So my song is "Guess" by Charlie XCX, the original version, not the Billie Eilish version. No shade to the Billie
Clock
Eilish
that.
version, but I prefer the original. And I think I like the way that it loops. So like
That
it,
this actually would be very cute for a Victoria's Secret, like a lingerie. Yeah, like down. This would
because
be
when I
adorable.
when I saw her recently at Barclays Center and this came on, she had a little catwalk. And I was like, oh, okay, because actually the beat goes so hard, but you just have to pump. Dun, dun, dun. You wanna the color of my underwear. You wanna know. And I can see the Victoria's Secret girls, you know what I'm saying, with their wings and all the things.
Hmm. This makes sense. I like this.
Period. Okay, I'm glad you like it. I was nervous.
Yeah, I never thought of Charlie as a runway girl, but like in the context of like a Victoria's like girl, yeah, the under girl, yeah, no, that was
Yeah.
like that'd be very
And
cute.
honestly, not for nothing, she was pumping down that damn stage. Like she kind of ate it up. She's not a
Oh,
heels girly. She likes. I'm pretty sure she's like me. She likes boots when she performs and when she goes places. But you can
hmm
stomp down. You can stomp down with a boot.
you can stomp down with a boot.
Just saying.
Some boots are made for walking, honey. Period.
And that's just what they'll do.
All right, so my last song is by a band who I have mentioned, I think, on the first season of this episode. They only released one album, but it changed how the way one of the ways I see music. It changed, yeah. Live for this group. It's Azari and Third, but it's the song is "Reckless with Your Love." Tyga's "What Is House Music" remix. So whole
Tyga,
thing there. It's
as in
Tiga.
Tyga.
No, no,
Oh,
no, 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 no,
girl.
no, 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 no,
I
no,
was
no.
about to say,
Not that.
beg your finest pardon. Okay. All right.
Mm, not
Okay.
Rex City. This he's not
Right.
Runway, but it's
I
a
was like,
Tiga,
oh,
and
okay.
like he's like a Canadian. I don't know. He's apparently got some famous stuff out, but I'm not as familiar with him. But he did this remix on this album, and he freaked it. I don't know. I don't know. Like the drum pattern is so hot. It's that's the like that snare is
Mm.
everything to me. I love the original song. I love what he did to it. I love how simple he kept it. Mwah, chef's kiss. I don't know. He slayed this. Azari and Third slayed this, and he slayed this remix. So that's my
Period.
final song.
Um, yeah, I don't know the song, but period. Glad it's not the other Tyga. That would have really been a stain. Um, so my next song, my
I mean,
last
I
song.
might have to pull out Rack City for a playlist. I don't know. Rack City was a moment.
No, 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 no.
Rack City, bitch.
Yep. 10, 20s, 50s, 100s. Yeah, it was serious, but that's not for this. Um,
Yeah.
my song, my last song, is Mr. Saxo Beat by, I actually have no idea who sings it, but y'all know the goddamn song. You wake me up, pick me down, make me move like a freak. That's my song. I thought Rihanna sang that song for the
That's how she
longest
say it.
time. I fully thought that was Rihanna for a very, very long time. And this is giving me very like it's outside. It's a beachwear um collection. And the girls are pumping. I love this fucking song. I don't know why you don't like this song, but I love this
It may
fucking
be
song.
Old Navy, like an Old Navy collection.
Sure.
Period.
No, it's
Work.
Gap. It's Gap by Zach Posen. Because
Gap. It's Gap.
because
Yeah.
Zach Posen is really taking Gap to the next level. And I would like to say that a few years ago, I have a very famous quote within my friend group where I said to some people, Gap is the pinnacle of fashion. And that is really becoming true. And I think when I said it, I
The
don't even think it was
pinnacle of
trying.
fashion.
When I
Why?
said it,
Why?
I don't know
Why? Why?
why.
Why you say that?
I don't even remember why I said that. Like I literally was just
Work.
I remember I was walking past the Gap store and I think that whoever I was with, we were just talking about Gap. And I think I was just like, I haven't really been to Gap in a really long time. But I was like, some people, Gap is the pinnacle of fashion. And that's it just came out
Period.
and you know what? Ever since I said that, I've noticed that a lot of people hold Gap in a very high regard.
I mean, it's an iconic, one of the iconic American brands, Henny.
So I get it. And I was right. And Zach Posen clearly agrees. So yeah,
And
I
you would
this
do it
song
too for a check.
and this song there were a lot of songs that I was gonna pick, and I'm glad I chose this one because I feel like once you hear it in the context of a runway, you might like it more. But
Maybe.
I why don't you like the song? Have you always not
I
liked this
just
song?
no. I just don't. I just don't. It's,
I just think,
Mm.
like, if this dropped in the club, I would go crazy. Hey, Basie boy, come with me. Come be so shy, come be free. That you belong next to me. Hey, sexy boy, set
Work.
me free. It's so good to me. You are the one I need. You make me that, pick me up, break me down, just make me move like a freak. Mr. Sexo
No,
beat.
ma'am. No, ma'am.
Damn, it was almost a perfect playlist, huh?
Mm-mm. Almost. It's all right. It's all right. What can you do?
Well,
And
I'll
comment
just
down
say,
below if you like Mr. Sexo Beat. Let us
I'll say what
know.
I was gonna
The
say, and then
girl,
you'll like that
listen,
one
listen. The
better.
girls crucified me for not living for anything past pure heroin.
Oh
So
my
I don't
god,
know.
because that was crazy. But
But they booed Jesus. So
listen, right?
that's all right. I'm
I
okay
was
with that.
gonna say either "Sissy That Walk" by RuPaul, because that was. I'm not gonna hold you. That was the first song that came in my head.
Jesus, super queen. Like, okay.
Anyway, but I was like,
No
no, no, no,
shade.
no.
Sexy of the for the RuPaul Drag Race girls, sexy drag queen still is the best runway song. That eats down every time. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
And then I was gonna pick, but I'm sure I can find something for this one day. The Butterfly Reprise, because the first ever New York Fashion Week show I ever went to gagged me so bad because they played this, and I
I
was
remember you telling
fully
me about
like
this.
open mouth gagged. Still am, to be to be fair. Never heard that song out in public since or before that. So whoever did that, I forgot even the name of it, but thank you. And then Anna Wintour by Azalea Banks. But I was like, I can save that for another one.
Period. Period.
Yeah.
Period. Period. Ah.
Oh, we
Period.
have
Ugh.
to. Period out, period out. We gotta pump through the songs.
All right. My first one was "Baby Love" by Danny Minogue.
Mine was "Come Into My World" by Kylie Minogue.
Work. That was so cute. And then "Freaky Motherfucker" by Moody Man.
Then "Guess" by Charlie XCX.
And then "Reckless with Your Love," Tyga's "What Is House Music" remix by Azarian Third.
And then "Mr. Saxo Beat" by whoever that's by. Because I don't remember who it is. Who is it? Hold on. Because it's not the girl
The
that's singing. Oh, yes, it is.
is it Mr.
Alexandra
Wazoo?
Stan. No, Mr. Saxo Beat by Alexandra Stan.
Okay, work.
Romanian singer, work girl. You ate that.
Come on, Romania.
All right, so now we're gonna move on to the last segment, top six, and today we are going to be ranking the top six model walks
Runway
of
walks,
all
honey.
time, runway walks, all of the things. Kick it off, Riley, if you
I
have a
mean,
person.
Naomi Campbell,
Yeah, I was like, I'm on.
obvious. Like, birth generation will be going to hell, but you know,
Right,
but
right,
that's
right.
okay because I live for her up
The
here,
impact,
so the
right,
impact
the
cannot be
impact.
denied. No
That's
shade.
between her and God. We
That's
ain't got
between
nothing to
her
do
and
with
God. But it's gonna always be a middle part, black, straight, bust down. It's always gonna be just to know you. It's just gonna be
it. Yeah, yeah,
down. So that's Queen.
yeah.
That's
That's my
Queen
thing.
Mother.
Naomi Iman, obviously,
Iman, honey. Amon's walk.
babe.
The girls don't talk about it. Sex. Amon
Yeah,
was
so true.
sex.
And
Amon was
just so
sex.
sad. Like, I feel like I didn't find out about her and David Bowie until he died, but I was like,
Oh yeah,
damn.
no, they was locked in.
Yeah,
That's
gagging.
real love.
Like, whoa. Um, hashtag need that.
Um,
Anyway.
hashtag need. I'm gonna go. Yasmin Gori. I think that's how you pronounce her name.
Mm-hmm.
But mother, first of all, she didn't let nobody else touch her face. She said, "Baby, I'll do this makeup no matter what y'all not touching my face." And was mugged down every time. It was just, ooh, sex, puss, kitten, meow.
No, she's good. Like I love it. I love when girls give like big lips. I feel like in models it's small everything, waist, face, everything. But
Waist, face, everything.
even with the
I
Amon
love.
and
I don't know the way that sounded was unlike that.
race, face, everything,
Waist, face,
waist, face, everything.
everything.
But anywho, I would like to nominate Beyonce
I mean, dun 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 dun. Dun.
because, like,
And
if you
she
think about
said,
it,
"Do that, Naomi Campbell walk." Naomi Campbell walk.
exactly, I feel like she has a
Walk
very
across the room like
iconic
Naomi Campbell.
walk. Like, yes, we've never seen her, or rather, no, we've never seen her on a actual runway. I don't think.
I've
Mm-mm.
never. I don't think I've seen Beyonce on
No,
an
I don't think
actual
so. But I think
actual
if she was
runway.
on it, she would eat. Also, Renaissance, she had that whole fucking catwalk, bitch, and she was pumping. She was
She was
pumping.
pumping. We gotta go Tyra. Like
Oh yeah. Okay, sure.
Tyra had a cute. She had some titties in her walk, and I liked it when she threw some personality when she did a little.
Hmm.
What's her? Is her name?
What was
What's her? Is her last name? Is it Shalom?
Shalom something? I know who exactly who you're talking to. Talking about. What
Yes.
is her name? Shalom. Someone with an H.
I
Shalom.
think she's the one I'm thinking about where they like she like turned around early or something and they walked back together and it was kind of
Harlow. Shalom Harlow.
yes Shalom Harlow.
Mm-hmm. When she fell, like, yeah, she's very iconic.
Naomi Campbell falling is also iconic. Like in the Vivian Westwood, like and
Mm.
she never fell again. And she said the girls was asking her was like, "We'll pay you to fall." She was like, "No,
Oh my god. Not
I
pay you
never."
to fall. That's
That
crazy.
I mean, the girls they got so many pictures of her on the ground smiling, just in them them leather stockings. Anyway, was that 5 or 6? I think that's 5.
That was six,
That was
I
6.
think. Um,
Naomi,
Naima Campbell, Amon,
Iman,
Yasmin,
Yes- Beyonce.
Yasmin,
Yeah, I think it's
Beyonce,
Jasmine. Beyonce.
Tyra, and Shalom.
Work, work. There might be a better walk than Shalom, but we'll research
I
that. You
mean,
guys, let us know in the comments who we forgot because the
she
girl,
did
there,
have, yeah. She had a
some of the
very,
girls.
like,
Like yeah, she was one of them. But sometimes you gotta have the vivacious walk for the drag race girls.
movement. Sometimes,
Sometimes you gotta have the vivacious walk. Okay, no
notice how,
shade. Can we take can we take off her for vivacious because vivacious for season
work,
6 of Drag Race really slayed the scene, and I don't care what y'all say. That was sickening. She punched it. I live. I
work.
nominate her for number 6 actually.
Period. I recently told Austin that I think I'm gonna try somehow. I think I'm just gonna buy because I have a DVD player. Old seasons of Drag Race. I think I want to start from the beginning because I've started at season 11. No.
Season one of early, well, first of all, season one of Drag Race is like maybe one of the best top 3 seasons of all time. Like season one is
Mm.
excellent. Like the early seasons are so good. Like
Yeah, and I'm like, I don't know why they're not all on streaming. I don't know why.
they're on
Like if you
Paramount Plus, but
they
who
are.
has Paramount? Yeah, they are. But who has Paramount Plus other than
Oh,
me?
oh, I have it. I think,
How does
but I
that
know
work?
that. But I know that people were having trouble watching just the last season of Drag Race that
Yeah,
just came out.
I don't think that one's on Paramount Plus, but I think 1 through like 16 is. So
That's
like
crazy to
the
me.
girls, but then it's like the new All Stars is only on Paramount. So the dolls be going through it. I don't know.
Is it on Wow Presents?
No, that'd be like fashion photo review and
Oh, that's
the
not a
other
RuPaul
ones.
thing.
Well,
Why did I think
it's
RuPaul owned that app?
do RuPaul own that app? I don't know what RuPaul owns.
Because I'm
I
like,
know
why?
RuPaul owns that beautiful ass house in that goddamn video with all them stripes. That if I was on an acid trip, I would be on the
I
floor crying.
hate his.
I would be, I would be like, ah!
I hate.
You
I
hate it? I
hate
live.
his house.
I
No, because
live.
watching that Architectural Digest was like, oh, it can't get any worse, and it got worse. Like, I love
Wow.
RuPaul, obviously, but his house makes me stressed out. Like that, all the white and black, and then the
I
orange.
live.
It was just like
I
I can't. I'm
live.
not into
Yeah.
the Halloween thing of it all.
Mother.
But I do want to read her book.
Which one?
All of them. um,
Down.
Speaking of books, Mama Tina's book is taking it. I think this is just a PSA for the dolls because I'm reading it right now. Where is it? And I'm about halfway through.
Work.
I saw
Hardcover
her.
copy.
Oh yes, I saw her when she came to Brooklyn Paramount on Monday. That was crazy. I meant to send you the video of Deborah Cox because why was Deborah Cox there? I don't know why, but she's saying, "Why did
No,
you get
no,
here?"
honey, I've already
But
seen it on TikTok, and Mother still sounds the fuck good. Of course, that's a Canadian queen right there,
she
honey.
sang another song at the
Six songs for Canada.
yeah.
Six more songs for
She
Canada,
six more
bitch.
songs. I I don't know. Maybe that's what the Patreon can be called. Six more songs for. Anyway,
Work.
um, what was I gonna say? Yeah, she sang another song that I didn't know afterwards, but I thought it was hilarious. Like I haven't really been looking at the things from the tour because I'm reading the book, obviously. But like, has she been in every stop, or was it just specifically New York? Do you know?
I don't know.
Because I'm
I
like,
don't
is it
even
a
know why
different
she was
artist
there.
every stop? She was no, she literally was just there because she said that Mama Tina asked her to sing one of her favorite songs,
Somebody needed us to do some singing,
and she just was like, "I'll
and
do
we
it."
called a singer. Thank God.
And also mugged boots. Get into this, y'all. But
She
seriously,
Mother
this
is
book is
mugged.
regardless. Like, if even if she was not famous, this is I read a lot of celebrity memoirs. Okay, um, at one point in my life, I almost exclusively read celebrity memoirs.
Work.
This is up there with Mariah's. Like, this is a really interesting book. And just in general, when she got pregnant with Beyonce, it wasn't even like emotional, but like I got so emotional. Like I couldn't, I was like, I can't, I had to put it down for a few days because I was like, this is about to change my life. Like this is basically Mary and Jesus. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
this is crazy.
This is matriarch. This is mother.
Like
This is mother.
Queen Mother Celestine. Like
Work.
the way she said, I just changed my name. She just went up to the school and said, my name is Tina. Like, and from then on out, she was like 11. I was like, bitch. Like, that's kind. She's so kind. And she, first of all, we know, like you and me know, and I'm sure some of the listeners know that how funny she is. But people don't understand how funny she is. Okay.
She's
I was there
hilarious.
for every corny joke time. Okay. Every single one. I didn't miss a
Blue
corny
Ivy
joke
was
time.
not. She was like, girl.
She wasn't here for it. She was
She
covering her
was
mouth.
over it.
But I do remember Blue gave one of the jokes one time. Okay,
Oh
so
yeah.
when Blue was a little younger, she cared, but then puberty started to happen, and she was like, "Okay, this is tired." But at the show, she was talking about like first of all, Gail was the moderator, so you already know the
King.
shenanigans. Yes. Why she gonna say? Why Tina gonna say? She was saying something to compliment Gail, but she was like, when people go into space, and she gonna motion to Gail.
They,
I said,
they talks about her, girl. How was space? How was it up there? I would
because what was
absolutely be
that like?
clowning her.
And so no, because Miss Tina is so funny. She is and it's so well written. Not that it's like surprising, but like this book is like I just said, this is a thick book. Okay, she's giving you year by year. All right, and when I tell
Right.
you it's captivating from the first page, like she had such an interesting childhood. Her family was like targeted by the police in Galveston, and then it's like so like I'll just be wrapped up in the story, and then you put in the context that this is Beyonce's mother, and
Hmm.
this is like directly tied to her, and like
Living
hearing
history.
her living history, hearing her talk about how like her mom's mom or no, her mom's grandma was a slave. Then I'm like, oh right, because my great grandmother's grandmother was right. Okay, it's like
I've spoken with my grandmother about how they were in the fields as a child. Like they would be picking cotton as children.
hmm yeah. And so hearing all of that coming from Miss Tina and where I'm at, Solange was just born and she had to ship her off to her grandma for a few months.
Not ship her
Which
off.
dead ass. She literally said, I can't deal with this baby. I'm trying to start the salon. Can you please take her for like it was like 2 or 4 months. Like she fully gave a newborn Solange to her grandma, which I thought
That's
was
kind of
super.
real though.
That was really sweet. And
It takes a village, and that's what they mean.
very much that. And like it
That's what it
wasn't
means.
on some like it was her recognizing that she can't raise Beyonce and a newborn baby and start a new business. Like she was like, I need time to start it and then I
That's a
can go.
responsible choice.
Yeah. And she also said there was no gossiping in her salon. And if you gossip, you got fired. And she fired a lot of girls for gossiping. And I said, you better work, bitch. She said, this is a place for professionals and professionals who value their time. And this is not one of those salons where you hear everybody's business. I was
Mm-mm.
like, work, diva. So yeah,
Exactly.
highly recommend. I don't think I'm gonna write a review for Kiara's Court because, quite frankly, that's a lot. But please read it. If you read it, let me know. I probably will finish it in the next like week or so.
Work.
And there's pictures.
And there's picture. It's a picture book.
I don't know why she placed the pictures where she did because they're like it's like in the middle of a chapter, and I was like, okay, you had like you had 2 more pages left. It's okay, but that was really weird to me. But I can't recommend it enough. It's already getting 5 stars for me. Like this was one of my favorite books of the year, and I've read. I think this is my 9th book. I think.
Period.
Yeah.
Naughty number 9. Shout out to the Schoolhouse
Anyways,
Rock girls.
period. So yeah, that is Matriarch. This has been 6 Songs 4, and we'll see you next week.
Songs 4. Songs 4. Songs 4. Songs.